Welcome to Candid Travels Texas. Here's Doris, and we have my Hawaiian Amakua is a dolphin. Here's three shoots of bamboo, and here's James. So what I wanted to share with you is that these goldfish have been around for quite some time, and I only use pure distilled water. What's in here is distilled water. I change the water once a week. And the fact is that the truth is that distilled water will suck out the calcium in people, like most people believe for animals and humans, they would not be so healthy. They would have been dead a long time ago. Their bones would have dissolved into the water. So that's what I've observed, but you have to check for yourself and make a decision for yourself. So it's time to feed them. Dinner bell. There we go. All right. Watch, she knows. See, there she is, she's eating. She hears that clicking sound. James is already up top. Look at that, look at James. See, there's James eating. Bam. I just feed them once a day, and they're in distilled water. That's all they need is distilled water. So, that's that. So today, I want to share with the ATX ITAC family and the Candid Travels Texas family, what I call it's the ATX ITAC immunity and warfare tactic. Here you go. Here's Buc-ee's. Here in Texas. Yeah. Buc-ee's in Texas. For those of you who travel widely in Texas, you'll know that Buc-ee's is like a staple for when you're traveling on the road. You definitely want to go to Buc-ee's. You'll love it. All right. It's not just a gas station. There's food there. Anyway, part of the Texas being a Texan, right? We're lucky to have Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's. There's the Texas flag behind him. So, all right, I'm just going to share briefly with you all the ATX ITAC immunity tactic, immunity warfare tactic. Okay, so first of all, when we say immunity, the immunity tactic has got to be something that you only depend on an endogenous source versus an exogenous source. You understand? So immunity must be endogenous. What does that mean? If a person is reliant on something outside of themselves for immunity against something, you're going to have problems. Master Wong will say, you have a problem, right? Why is that? Just using your common sense. In the past, if you had a virus or a bacteria, you would figure out some way, whether it's a vaccine or some kind of herbal remedy or whatever, to take care of it. But as you know, virus and bacteria are always changing and mutating. So let's say a person takes a vaccine from the time they were young or some kind of remedy. It may not work in the future. It really might not work in the future, will it? Because if things change, there's a constant change and mutations. There's no way that it's going to work. So immunity must be endogenous. So the human immune system or the animal immune system has to constantly be changing and morphing in order for it to be effective against anything that changes on the outside. Okay? Now, what are some ways of doing it? Well, ATX ITAC, the practice of internal martial arts, is like Qigong, Tai Chi, Wing Chun aspects of movement and breath can make, or Wim Hof technique is something that you could do on a regular basis to make your system be able to adapt. Okay? And so the immunity, there's nothing wrong with using exogenous things. You can try it, whatever it may be. But the person has to be strong inside themselves first and foremost. There's no way you're going to be able to depend on something outside of you to always be there for you. It's just not going to happen. So that's the immunity tactic, which goes along with the warfare tactic. Now, I know that a lot of people nowadays, they think of martial arts and they think of, like, MMA or bouts, which is part of martial arts or military arts or modern warfare, right? It's the sport aspect of it, but it's only a small piece of the pie. Martial arts, military arts involve, the ultimate goal is physical culture. To be able to be immune against everything. Immunity, right? Immunity. Now, for anyone who has been in war, been in wartime, I would beg to say majority of the people who have actually been in real war will tell you that being a warrior or a soldier or an airman or a sailor or a marine in a real war is not like Hollywood's Rambo or an MMA fight. It's not like that. War is waiting. W-A-I-T-I-N-G. Waiting. Patience. It's quiet. Not much happening. You have to wait. You're waiting. Alert. Aware. A lot of waiting. Waiting. There's bam, 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 waiting. So, one of the things that in old time U.S. Army guys, you just say, there's two things that you got to make sure you do. Is keep your feet clean by changing your socks all the time. Right? And don't try to get killed. Well, why? Why your feet? Because your feet has a large area where even in internal martial arts, you have the bubbling wells. You can get infected through the bottoms of your feet. Your immune system can be affected down there. So warfare, real war, is staying alive. You're more likely to die from some kind of an infection or a chemical, or you breathe, or a cold or something that you're going to catch. There's biological warfare. In the old days, it used to be called germ warfare, right? That's war. So, it's about waiting, being patient, not getting upset, staying happy. Okay. Most people who have been in war will tell you it's a lot of waiting. Even when you're on a mission, you got to travel to somewhere and there's waiting there. It's quiet until you hit the spot, right? It's about waiting. So, that is the ATX ITAC warfare immunity tactic. One, for immunity. Do not depend on anything on the outside, exogenous. Try to develop your internal state. So that's why it's Internal Tactical Arts Collective. ATX, Internal Tactical Arts Collective. Develop the internals the best that you can to deal with a changing environment. And two, warfare tactic. War isn't fighting. It's waiting in peace. All right? So that's today's little tactic. I have no idea where we're going to be going as well. That's called waiting. All right. Woo! Look at that light. All right, it's around sunset. We're going to drive south. I don't know where we're going to end up today, but here's some of my everyday in my vehicle, the truck. I've got my standard arrest procedure tactical gloves. Got another high-powered flashlight. It's a lifeline, and here is a little thing. I push that, it lights up. I'm going to do it right now. Magnetic right there on top of the vehicle as a marker. All right, we'll see, where will we end up?
Alpha conditioning properly, and you get that 30 days of using that alpha like you're supposed to.
Red lobsters for the seafood lover in you. Hey guys. Hey guys. Ooh, that's where we ended up. Hydrometer, thermometer, barometer. Yeah. Oh yeah!